Welcome to Alp English Podcast. I'm Olivia.
And I'm Ben. Today, we're going to talk about a very important question. Why am I learning English?
This is a B1, B2 episode. We will talk about our reasons for learning English, our problems, and how we stay motivated.
We will use present simple and present perfect. For example, I learn English because I've been learning English for 3 years.
We'll keep the language clear and explain some useful phrases you can use to talk about your own English journey.
All right, let's start with a simple question. Olivia, why are you learning English?
I'm learning English because it is a world language. I love traveling, and when I travel, English helps me in many situations, at the airport, in hotels, in shops, and with new friends from other countries.
So for you, English means freedom when you travel.
Yes. Also, I enjoy films and series. Many of the movies I like are in English. Now I can watch some of them in the original language with English subtitles, and I feel very happy when I understand a joke or a fast conversation.
That's a great feeling.
What about you, Ben? Why are you learning English?
I'm learning English mainly for work. In my job, I often get emails in English. We also have online meetings with people from other countries. For a long time, I felt very nervous. I understood some words, but I couldn't speak well. So I said to myself, okay, I really need to improve my English.
So work was your big motivation.
Yes. Now I also have other reasons. Because of English, I can read articles online, watch tutorials, and learn new skills. Almost everything is available in English, so when you know English, you could learn about almost any topic.
That's very true.
Now, what about time? How long have you been learning English, Olivia?
I've been learning English for about 7 years. At school, I had English lessons, but I only started to learn seriously about 3 years ago. Since then, I've listened to podcasts, watched videos, and read short books in English.
So you've been learning for a long time, but the last 3 years have been the most important.
Exactly. What about you, Ben? How long have you been learning English?
I've been learning English for 5 years, but like you, I became serious only later. In the beginning, I just memorized words for tests. I didn't really use English. Now, I try to use it every day, even for 10 minutes, listening, speaking, or writing.
That's a good strategy.
Dear listener, think about this question. How long have you been learning English? You can say, I've been learning English for 2 years. I've studied English since 2020. Try to make one sentence now in your head.
Now, let's talk about problems. Ben, what is the most difficult part of learning English for you?
For me, the most difficult part is speaking. When I speak, I worry about mistakes. I think too much about grammar, and sometimes I speak very slowly. Also, I don't really like my accent.
I understand that. Many learners feel the same.
What about you, Olivia? What is difficult for you?
For me, listening is difficult, especially when people speak very fast or use a lot of slang. When I watch a series on Netflix, sometimes I think, whoa, are they really speaking English? It sounds very different from the English in textbooks.
Yes, real English is often fast and not very clear.
Another problem is time. I am busy, so sometimes I feel tired and I don't want to study.
That happens to me too. Some days I feel very motivated. I listen to podcasts, I read, I practice speaking. Other days I feel lazy and I don't do anything in English.
But that's okay. We are human. The important thing is to come back to English again and again.
Exactly. Dear listener, you can think about this. What is difficult for you in English? Is it speaking, listening, reading, writing, or grammar?
Now, let's talk about motivation. Ben, what helps you stay motivated when learning English?
One thing that helps me is to have clear goals. For example, my goal now is I want to speak confidently in work meetings in English. When I remember this goal, I feel more energy to study.
So you have a concrete reason.
Yes. Also, I try to make English enjoyable. I don't only do grammar exercises. I also watch funny videos, listen to music, and read about topics I like, such as technology and football. When English is fun, I want to come back to it.
I do something similar. I like travel videos and vlogs, so I watch them in English. Sometimes I don't understand everything, but I enjoy it, and I learn new words at the same time.
Do you have any small habits that help you?
Yes. Every morning when I drink my coffee, I listen to English for 10 minutes. Sometimes I listen to a podcast, sometimes to a YouTube video. It's part of my routine, like brushing my teeth.
That's a great habit. Dear listener, you can also create a small habit, like I listen to English for 10 minutes every day when I walk or when I cook.
Now, I want to ask a deeper question. Olivia, how has English changed your life? Good question. Because of English, I've made friends from other countries. I have a friend from Brazil and another friend from Italy. We speak in English together. Without English, we could not communicate. Also, English has given me more confidence. When I travel, I know that I can ask for help, book a room, or order food in English.
So English gives you connection and confidence.
Yes. What about you, Ben? How has English changed your life?
For me, English has changed my career. Because my English is better now, I've joined new projects at work, and I've had meetings with people from other countries. My manager has said to me, "Your English has improved a lot." That made me feel very proud. Also, English has opened many learning opportunities. I've watched online courses in English, and I've learned new skills that I use in my job.
That's amazing.
Dear listener, think about this. How has English already helped you? Maybe you passed an exam, got a job, made a friend, or understood a song or a film in English.
Now, let's give our listeners some useful sentences they can use to talk about their own reasons.
Good idea. Dear listener, repeat after us or use these sentences as models.
I'm learning English because I want to travel.
I'm learning English for my job and my career.
I've been learning English for 3 years.
I want to feel more confident when I speak.
In the future, I'm going to use English to study or live abroad.
Now, try to complete these sentences with your own ideas. I'm learning English because I've been learning English for. In the future, I'm going to.
You can pause this podcast, think for a minute, and say your answers out loud. You can also write them in a notebook.
Before we finish, let's give a little message to our listeners. Olivia, what would you say to someone who sometimes feels tired or frustrated with English?
I would say it's normal. Everyone feels like that sometimes. But remember your reasons. Remember why you started. You don't need to be perfect. You only need to keep going.
I love that. I would add, don't be afraid of mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning. If you never make mistakes, you never grow.
Dear listener, if you are listening to this podcast now, it already means you are serious about your English. You are doing a good job.
Let's review quickly what we talked about today.
We talked about why we are learning English. For travel, for work, for friends, for confidence, and for new opportunities.
We used present simple to talk about reasons. I learn English because, and present perfect to talk about time and experience. I've been learning English for 5 years.
Now it's your turn. When this episode finishes, try to explain in English, why are you learning English? How long have you been learning? What are your goals?
Thanks for listening to Alp English Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, follow the podcast and share it with your friends who are learning English.
Keep going, keep practicing, and remember your why.
Take care and see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.